Because
Yes,
this is
yes.
very, good manners,
Mm-mm.
etiquette has three values. They are aesthetic, beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
civic values because it teaches you consideration, kindness,
Mm-hmm.
something, and that is a practical value.
Mm-hmm.
Practical.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So we cannot be in the losing end.
Mm-mm.
We will always be in the
Mm.
gaining end, Dina.
Yes. Hi, I'm Dina Loomis, your host for today, and I celebrate because this particular topic is the need of the times. Let's start with the young people and let's start with how the how to's of growing up so that one day they can be responsible leaders. And that's what we are going to hear. These two ladies are mothers who are dedicated to bringing up their children and give them the foundations of ethical leadership with integrity. So, let me start first with a very good friend. We go way back, 2 decades in the Toastmasters International, and I'm referring to none other than Princess Hyacinth Esguerra. She is a true HR professional, and I'm so proud of her, of what she has achieved with her life. And of course, with her is a lady that I met only today, but she has captured my heart. Oh my gosh, when I heard her voice, oh wow, wow. And I'm referring to none other than Joyce Anderson. So, yeah, Joyce Anderson, right?
Right.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, let's start with Princess and how you got to know Joyce and what this group is all about. But started with you where you are, and even though you are still very young, but you have children growing up, you want to nurture them. And of course, Joyce, Joyce has been there ahead of you, and so what a way! I mean, I'm just so touched that this is a meeting of the minds and hearts. Now, Princess, tell us about yourself.
Thank you so much, Dinah, for having me and Joyce into your show. I was watching your show before, and now it really feels like, wow, awesome to be here. So, yes, we've been together for the past 2 decades with Dinah in Toastmasters. In my profession, I'm a human resources practitioner, and I am responsible for executive leadership development. So, really, ethical leadership, values based culture is really in my core. And as I become a mother, I also realize how important upbringing is to be introduced to young people. So I met Joyce 2 years ago in a church, and that's Santuario de San Jose, wherein we frequent in the Holy Eucharist. And that's where the meeting of the minds happen. And Joyce is also passionate about the same advocacy. And in fact, you're right, she is way ahead of me. And because of her passion, I really learn from my daily encounters with her. And to start the day meeting her in the church sets the tone for my entire day and how it also guided me. As I guide leaders, it also helps that I get mentorship from other people, from a mother, and from also a very respected person that I also knew as a friend.
And thank you, Princess. So let's hear from Joyce, please.
Hello. You're very kind in your appreciation of me, Dina or Diana. You're very, very kind, but thank you very, very much. I hope to keep up with what you're expecting me to do. Anyway, I'm Joyce Anderson, twice married. You might wonder why. My first husband, the Englishman, the Anderson, died years ago. I have two children with him, two natural children and one adopted child. and I have 14 grandchildren
Wow.
and 4 great grandchildren. And we lived many places in the world, especially in England, as my first husband was an Englishman who died years ago. And well, faith, I don't know how I came back to live here. Of course, my mother lived here. And then I met the man who wrote me my first love letter when I was 10 and he was 12. And he was
Oh,
a widower and we got married. And I'm here.
oh,
That's my story, Dina, my background. I'm a chemist by profession, chemist,
oh,
research chemist. But
oh my God. It's surely your life has been touched by God, Joyce. I can say that. Oh my goodness. This is such by God's grace, I got to know you. Oh, thank you, Princess, for introducing me to Joyce. And I'm sure our viewers will really, really appreciate this because Joyce, I want you to start off. How did this group organize and how did it progress? And so, exactly what do you do to exchange ideas?
yes, and I'm a chemist. I'm a research chemist, but I didn't practice, and I was a full housewife and mother
Okay.
for many years. I mean, until now, and that's my background.
Okay. Okay. Now, regarding this group that you have, which what astonished me really, because knowing how tight the schedule of Princess, how super busy she is, but she found the time and she has been encouraged and motivated because you have this group. So how did it start, Joyce?
Well, it started because, Dina, I have this passion, the passion of good manners and etiquettes. And we meet these 2 other ladies, Carrie and Annie, in the church. And then one day, I thought I would like to. I've been writing books, which never, manuscript, which never been published, on good manners for women, good manners for children, good manners for etiquette, and then good manners for the church
Whoa.
worship. And I have published that, but the others, I thought perhaps I'm not the right person. I'm a bit coward in this way.
Ah,
I think I don't
right.
think I
No
can
worries.
be
No
I can
worries.
be or I can be
Yeah.
appreciated.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes.
Dina, I thought no, no. But
Yes, yes.
then here you are, princesses, all ears to me, and Carrie and Annie, we're all mothers, and they said yes, we have to do this. So we started this. The first one was last year in Club Filipino for the women, for the young ladies and women, and they love it. And then Princess and Carrie said, "How about the boys?" I said, "Of course, of course." Now here you are. We're going to have one next month for the boys.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh boy.
Here you go.
Wow, you are a bundle of energy, a mighty blessing from the Lord. And I'm telling you, Joyce, the time has come because after hearing you explain that you have all this, but I tell you this, we are going to set up a meeting, you, Princess, and myself. We're going to talk about the publication. We'll put all these things together. We will publish your book because it is a crying need of the times. It is. I know many, many Filipinos, and not just here in the Philippines, around the world, they are hungry for teachings like this.
Yeah.
Joyce, you are a blessing. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, Princess, tell me, how do you, honestly, I'm so impressed. How do you divide your time, your professional work, and then you not only do you bring up your children, I know you do it personally. I've seen you in action, even in your office. You bring your 2 boys there, but I know now you have this group. So tell me, Princess, how do you do it? Like this group, for example, when do you meet and what exactly do you do?
So, Dinah, I think it's all by the grace of God. Okay, yes, that's so true. I think all of us women would wear multiple hats, but we take it by the day. What are my priorities for the day? And for this particular group that we have, we each bring something to the table. We each have our different strengths. And I think that makes the workload easier. Joyce brings in the content, and she has lived in different countries, has seen different cultures, and her love for Filipino children, how she wanted to teach me and Carrie
Mm,
into
mm.
raising our own boys. It's just really very magnetic. And
Yes.
so, as we bring something into the table, of course, Joyce is the content. Myself, I would say, would be in terms of organization, being in HR, how this can be applied in the learning platform, how to best communicate with our audience. And Carrie is our influencer. She also would have her own ideas put into the table. And Amy is our logistics expert. So, the four of us would do amazing things with just a short time.
Mm,
And we're just really grateful that at the end of our
mm,
program, we look back to it and even us would be astonished on
mm.
how are we able to make it. It's really by
Yes,
the grace
yes.
of God.
Indeed. I'm thinking of something. In America, because I have a daughter who married an American and I visit her regularly, I noticed something. Parents are allowed to do homeschooling. They don't need to send their children
Yes,
to school. At a particular level, only are they going to are they really required to send them? But I mean, they just show what they are doing, and they are given credit by the various schools there. And
yes.
Joyce, do they do that in UK also?
Yes, of course, long time ago,
Oh, okay.
long
Okay.
time,
So, Princess,
but it
do
is
you think it
necessary.
is something that we should start doing here in the Philippines? What do you think?
I, you're asking me, Dina. I think that a child needs to communicate with other children.
Oh, okay, okay,
A group. They need a
okay.
peer.
Yeah.
Now and again, it's good. For example, for me, sex education should not be taught in the school. It should be taught by the parents.
Okay. All right. So,
You
Joyce,
talk about
let me hear from you. What for you, Joyce, are the critical first steps in guiding, nurturing our children to start having this mindset of honesty, integrity, learning proper behavior wherever they are. What would be the first steps that a parent should take so that they can pass it on to their children?
well, everything starts from home.
All right.
The parents should be not a model, but you should teach the right thing. For example, in the way she sets the table, this is etiquette. In the way she would talk to the children during dinner or during whatever breakfast. In the way she would teach the children the right way to hold the knives and the forks. This is what I'm teaching actually, Dina. Etiquette, dining etiquette from the very start, because there was an article, I don't know if you have read it years ago, and I was shocked about an article that I think that was May 7, 2020, 2002. I
Mhm.
was not living here then, and then I came across an editorial in Inquirer which says pigs in Canada, pigs in Canada. And this is about a young boy who studied in Canada. I think the mother is overseas Filipino worker who was criticized for the way he was eating because naturally in the European side we use knives and fork only, except when you are taking soup, you take the spoon. And he was using the spoon all the time. And the children, his classmates, were a bit annoyed, I think. And,
Yeah.
and, and the teachers who, sorry, not the teachers, the dinner ladies who are there to supervise them, that he was not eating well. I mean, not well, properly. He has no, he did not show the right, or he did not use the right utensils, and he did not eat it properly. And I thought, I was shocked about that because I pitied that a child like that could be put to shame, and could be criticized, because of course that is not the way a child should grow up.
Yes, yes.
Quite,
So,
quite. How
yes,
do you say?
indeed, Joyce. Let me just tell you something, Joyce. Yeah, knowing the culture here in the Philippines, it is very common for the average Filipino family. We always eat with fork and spoon together. Now, because
Naturally,
that's, it's the proper etiquette. That is, you're talking about formal dining, all right? So I know that because it's one of the things that I teach for my personality development programs. But I have to admit that here in the Philippines, very few Filipino families would be showing that to their children, the spoon and the knife only. It's always spoon and fork together. So I'm afraid it is a custom, a tradition here, part of the culture. That's they do it now. I know that is something that needs to be taught, but I'm afraid the average Filipino family may not be able to
yes,
just follow
yeah,
that. All right. Now I'm
naturally.
thinking more of Joyce. How do you encourage? How do you show, for example? I'm sure you have some examples now. How do you model proper behavior to your children? Say, for example, talking over dinner, or talking with your peers, or because I know it's part of the, again, good manners, right conduct,
Yeah,
the civility, that the spoken word, and then of course the body language and how we interact with each other. That for me is critical. So what would be the ways that a parent can somehow model that to their
it's not
children?
really, because you cannot really model, Dina. Is it Dina? Dina?
Yeah.
You cannot model, but you can show. For example, if your
Okay.
child talking with a mouth full of food, and you say, please chew your food, chew your, oh, sorry, do not speak when your mouth is full, like
Yes.
that.
Yes. Yes.
Do not
Yes.
put your fork, do not put your knife in your mouth, because that's not the right way.
Mm-hmm.
So a parent should know that, because I mean, this is quite, actually, good manners and etiquette is common sense, according to J.K. Chesterton. They are
Yeah.
common sense.
All right.
Common,
Okay. I
literally.
agree with you. I agree with you. Now, let
Yeah,
me toss this question to Princess. Because
yeah.
Princess, you're a working mom. So for me, you can relate easily to this. How do you, being a working mom and with very little time to spare, how do you, what we call, show, or yeah, demonstrate to your children proper behavior, for example, like telling the truth, being honest, and then talking with his peers, how, or talking to somebody higher or older. And these are things that are common sense, but most parents probably don't have time
Yes.
to teach. So please, I want to hear from you. How do you teach that to your children, knowing what a limited time you have?
Yes. So it's really not about how much time we have, but
Okay.
really repeating what
Mm.
matters. And what I repeat at home is really others' um, consciousness, that we live in a world wherein we're not alone.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
our act, we also, when we act, we have to
Mm,
choose right. How does it affect other people? And I repeat
mm,
that
mm.
at home. And what also helps is I realize that it takes a village. to raise a child. So
Very.
outside of home, I started to introduce them to communities, and mostly they're church communities. And I allow them to serve. I allow them to
Mm,
participate,
mm, mm,
and in that environment, they're also able to meet different people and also realize what I'm saying at home, that we do not live alone. We live also for others, and we have to be aware of that all the time.
Now, let me ask this to both of you, huh? Princess first, and then I'll toss the question also to Joyce. How do we control the use of all these devices now? You know, it is like they already have their own mobile phones, and they can easily uh, look at social media, react to it, and all that. And I'm sure you have heard cases of teenagers committing suicide because they were shamed online and they could not take it. And now, how do you manage to control the use, and how do you warn them of the possibility of online bullying and all this, so not to fall for this fake news and all that? How do you, Princess first?
Okay, so I think we have already embraced the fact that our children nowadays are exposed to, they're digital natives, and I
Okay.
have come to an acceptance of that. There are things that I can control and I cannot control. To your point, I do work Monday to Friday, and there are, of course, I cannot supervise them all the time. But what I encourage to be present at the home is really open communication, that they can talk to me, that they can call me, and that whenever also do dinners, whenever we do family dinners, it's important also that we ask what happened for the day. Not only the grades or what scores they had at school, but questions such as, who did you have lunch with? What did you learn
Yes, yes.
today? Things wherein they would start to tell us stories, and then that would allow us to really connect whether or not the exposure they have in the community, in social media, is proper or not. So that's my only gauge.
Oh,
But right
yes,
now, I see
yes.
that they have a different behavior. They have social relationships through this digital platform. That's how they play already. That's how they communicate. So I also come to embrace that with just open communication line with me and my husband. That's the way that we guide our children. And when there
Yes,
is an
as a matter of
exams,
fact,
yes,
Princess, I've seen you in action in your office with your two boys, and you did it. So I was very, that was remarkable, and I was so impressed when you did that. I said, "Wow, she took time out to talk with her children that way." And yes, that's something. I'm sorry about this, but some parents allow their business, their work schedule, to what we call neglect, or shall we say forget or ignore sometimes the fact that our children need to really communicate with us, and they're hungry for that. And the thing is, all these happenings now outside, especially in different parts of the world, that there really are already suicides because of bullying and social media. So I'm glad you do that, Princess. So Joyce, what would be some ideas from you?
My idea, although I have no children with me now,
Yeah.
they're all grown up with their own children. The
Mhm.
idea of the family, the idea is to teach everything at home, to teach them and give them freedom, but freedom with responsibility. Because if you just give them freedom, free to do this, free to do that, that's not freedom. You're
Mhm.
giving them a license to do what they like
Mhm.
without responsibility. So you must express that to the children. Now, this is why the parents the parents have to be the first teachers in everything for their children. Good example, number one, of course. They have to be the leader. They have to show them. For example, you cannot say to your children, go to church or do this when you do not go.
Indeed, indeed. Oh, wow. Joyce, words of wisdom. I really love the phrase. I love the phrase, freedom with responsibility. You know, words of wisdom from a wise woman. Thank you so much, Joyce. Oh my goodness, that is for me very specific and should be learned, should be followed
Yeah.
by many of our parents here. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
And the way they interact with each other, they should be allowed, of course, to go into sports, whatever, whatever makes them happy. But again, be careful of your friends, the people who are with you, because they have to know also that influencers can depends, positive, negative, uh, depends also on how this other their friends were brought up also in their own homes. Yes, thank you. So Joyce,
I
any
co-
other idea?
I covered that actually. I covered that in our presentation. Making
Okay.
friends, being a guest in another's house, because I noticed before that when I was looking after my children, when my second daughter's husband was ill, they went to Navarre. He went to Navarre for Navarre University of
Okay.
Navarre in
Okay.
Pamplona after my grandchildren, and I noticed that the neighbors' children would come in, open the fridge, eat eat what they like, and I was shocked because I brought up my children not to do that. Do not open the fridge. Do not open the fridge. Not your fridge. If it's a neighbor, do not open it. Do not open the drawers.
Hmm.
Do not ask questions, personal questions, all that are covered in my book. In fact, I mean, in the presentation I'm doing, really
Yeah,
good
yeah, yeah,
manners,
yes.
simple good. And from there, you do not have to worry about
Mm-mm.
the other things in the world that you
Mm-mm.
cannot control, like suicide. Because suicide, they have no attention. The,
Yes,
the, the
yes,
mothers have no attention, no attention.
yes.
And behavior in the sports, behavior in going streets, and the boys, when somebody comes, stand up and say hello, not just looking at them. And all these good manners, simple good manners, they will learn that they have to be gentlemen. If you want to start, if you want to have good leaders, you want to have good Filipinos, because we have very many good virtues, the
Mm,
Filipinos,
mm-mm,
many,
mm-mm,
many, but they
mm-mm,
just
mm-mm.
need to be just a little bit of polishing,
Yes, yes. So,
polishing, the rough edges have to be
indeed,
polished.
indeed.
And the
Yes,
parents
I
do that,
totally, totally. Yes,
and
yes,
children will do that. I'm sure you did that to your son.
yes,
I'm
yes,
sure you did that to your child, to your daughter,
yes,
whatever. That is
yes,
our duty.
yes,
That's our
yes,
duty, the main duty. We have to
yes,
answer to God. What
yes,
have you done to your child if she has been suicidal? Of
yes,
course,
yes.
that would be our own duty.
Mm, mm-mm, yes.
And the thing that I learned, because when I was in England, I did a voluntary work in a uh, sixth form college. I don't know if you're familiar with it. Secondary education in England is different. So sixth form college. But my principal told me, because I was a conference organizer to prepare students to go to university, and the principal said, Sheila Klein said, Joyce, only short. I said only I will only work when the children leave from school, and then when they come back, I should be at home. I should be at home so that there's somebody there that they will come to, that they will say, oh,
Mm,
hello, mom, I'm
mm,
hungry, and then like this. And then they will tell me all the stories.
mm.
Teacher so and so is this. My friend is this. And then I listen to them, and then as they give them merienda, I correct them, for example, or do not say that. Do not talk to your classmate that. That's not good. That is our,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is how you teach.
Yeah. Yeah. Joyce, you just hit upon something so true. And I noticed this in many American homes. Their children, or culture anyway, allow their children to just cut off their parents in the mid, like they're talking and then suddenly they're cut off by their children. Their children are so loud, and they even shout at their parents. And sometimes in the middle of dinner, they don't like what the parents said. They would stand up and walk away, and there is no punishment. That's what I notice, and that's why I'm aghast. What's happening right now. This I don't see it here, but in the culture, especially in America, I
Mm.
see that sometimes, and their children grow up to be loudmouth, and without regard to what others will think or feel. They will just, and their own parents, they can do that, and their parents, I noticed something. They don't punish them for doing that. So they continue to do it, and on and on. So obviously, Joyce, am I to understand the culture in UK is different?
Well, there are families that the English are very polite. The English are quite different kettle of fish from American. Sorry, I don't want to compare,
Yeah,
but there are families
yeah.
that really are a bit more subdued, I suppose, society, and a
Mm,
bit more respectful.
mm,
And but there are also some wild ones, of course, naturally.
yes, yes,
And
yes.
in every what do you call this, jungle, there's are snakes, isn't it?
Indeed, indeed. And
Like,
Joyce,
like
I have to admit this because, of course, there's royalty, and people in UK are obviously raised to observe proper protocol. you know, and I'm
no,
sorry to say that it's not always the case in the USA.
no, it's nothing to do with being royalty. It's being
Real?
natural family. It's because of the education in school. They're not
Oh.
they're not allowed to take their cell phone in school. And I noticed before when I was with my daughter, the other one, she's in Geneva. She's a director of schools as well. No cell phone. They do not punish. You not do not punish physical punishment. No, they are taught why do you if you punish your child, for example, and the child cries, you tell him, why did I punish you? Because you have done wrong this and that. I love you very much, but I have to do that because it's not good for you. And
Mm.
they will listen to you. But if you just punish and they didn't know why you're punishing them, that's very bad.
Oh, that Joyce, again, words of wisdom from a smart and thoroughly wise woman. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I'm glad we captured this on video because, oh my gosh, a lot of people will be so happy to hear about this. Joyce, I'm going to, let's set something up with Princess. Princess, please let us set up in the next few weeks.
Mhm.
Time it with the schedule of Joyce and then your own schedule as well. I we will adjust, until we have what we call synchronize our time and schedule. I really want to meet Joyce in person. And Joyce, you, of course, you still have the printed materials. Of course, I'm sure you did not throw away
I
because,
published a long time ago, Dina. Sorry to interrupt you. I published this long time ago, but I kept on saying I am like self-deprecating person. Who am I to do this? Who am I?
oh, no, 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 Joyce, no, no,
I'm
no.
thin. I'm
Please,
not.
you have so much to share with the world. No, no, no. Joyce, I want to make it a project. I'm telling you, uh my heart, my spirit has
Mhm.
been so deeply touched today. Thank you, Princess, for introducing me to Joyce. And really, you are, well, you're a gift from God, Joyce. I
Thank
really want us to take a look at what you have, and then we can put in updates, whatever's, current situations going on. I want us to update it and then make it available, and we can do it two ways. There will be copies that will be really, really much cheaper because they can do it online. They can get it
you.
from us online, and then of course we also need printed copies to the different bookstores here. Let's
Yes.
talk about this, Joyce, because I do not want to put your work to waste. No. And by the way, I'm sorry, please, Joyce, you have so much to offer the world. So Don't think
Thank
of
you.
it as being, no, don't think of it as being proud, arrogant. No, 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 no. It is something needed. There is a crying need.
And that I realize
Yes,
that.
yes, because actually, of course, you know what's happening now.
Yeah.
I'm sure the people around us will appreciate it
Yes.
because,
Thank you.
yeah, because look, if you have been brought up in a particular way for with the fear of the Lord, and then you know that there is something that is not proper, you will not do it, no matter what. You will not do it. See, and that's what is needed
Mhm.
now, not only in the Philippines but all over, because you can see things. It's really a mess. That's why we have wars. I mean, oh boy, it's time, and it's good to start with the young people because they are the hope of the future. So
Indeed.
Joyce, thank you, please, and
Two.
Princess, I would really appreciate it very much if you start, stay connected with Joyce and your group, and you can invite the others in your group. But for me, the most important personality here is Joyce because of the work that she already did. Because this is in writing, and
Mhm.
we want it to be appreciated and
You.
thoroughly people here to immerse in it, because
Mhm.
really, really, indeed, the foundations of responsible leadership starts at home.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Absolutely.
yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
Absolutely.
So,
And
indeed, so Princess, look very much, I look forward to this.
may I say,
Really.
Dina, that we are very good people in the
Yes,
Philippines. Why I came to live here. My children are two, one in Cambridge, England, one in London, one in Geneva. And I don't need to come back here. But I thought maybe our Lord has put me here for a
yes.
purpose. And I brought this. Actually, I had this manuscript, this children's manuscript, when my children were young. They were international school. And I observe the children and I write. And I observe, and they're not all Filipino children, but there's some Filipino children and they're Korean. And one Korean mother, when I showed her my manuscript, she wanted to get it. She wanted to buy it. I said, no, she wanted. I said, no, because it's not even,
Yeah. No,
I
Joyce. Yeah.
I handwritten it, and I did a
Yeah.
handwriting, and I
Yes.
said, no,
Yes.
I can't type, I can't do this.
Yes. Yes.
I write
Yeah.
by hand.
Yes. Yes.
No, 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 but she loved my book. She said, this is
Yes.
my
Yes. Yes.
daughter,
And
daughter,
yes,
classmate
let's make
of Dina.
this a project, Princess, for you and your group. Let's make this a project, and I'm so glad that we got to focus on this topic now, because really, really, you cannot imagine the number of people who are hungry
You're
for
right.
learning like this.
Mhm.
We really need to do this, and the
May I say,
faster, the sooner, the better. Yes,
may I say
yes,
something? Dina? In about the 20th century, manners and etiquette became a bit old-fashioned. In French, they call it vieux, Dieu.
mm,
View something like old fashioned.
yes,
But
yes,
now they're realizing, no, it's not old fashioned.
yes,
We want it back. We want
yes.
it back. And in
Well,
America, they
yeah,
started school for
yeah.
it.
Practically, it's like a revival of good manners, right? Conduct, behavior. It's like a revival. Yeah, we can do that. And
Yeah,
by the way, we can also, Joyce, not only are we going to make this a joint project with this book to be updated, and also we can have an event. We can have a
yes,
live event where we can invite na young people to, and parents to be there as well, to
yes.
you know, to really, really trigger the interest and focus on this particular subject.
I want to invite you on the 15th of November here in Club Filipino.
Okay.
We are holding Princess Annie and Carrie and I are holding the first one for the boys. I'd like you to come
Oh,
and to listen.
yes, yes.
This is the thing I'm working now. The only thing now I need is somebody who can put it in the PowerPoint with more caricature,
Yeah, yeah, we can do that for you. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay.
caricature,
That's fine. Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, yes.
do it.
Yes, yes. Mm-mm.
Not serious, not serious. What do you call it? Characters, but some characters. I have already
Yeah,
idea in my mind.
right,
Characters
right.
which are suitable for the children to see, so
Yes,
that when I teaching how do men shake hands, how the boys shake hands, how
yes.
the boys uh, play sports or whatever.
Right, right.
So
Yeah,
not play sports, but
yeah,
say something. It has to be a bit of masculine thing, and there
yeah.
should be a picture there so that they know what to do
Yes, yes.
and
Mm-hmm.
how to make a slight bow to a woman.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
You have to teach this because
Yes,
this is
yes.
very, good manners,
Mm-mm.
etiquette has three values. They are aesthetic, beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
civic values because it teaches you consideration, kindness,
Mm-hmm.
something, and that is a practical value.
Mm-hmm.
Practical.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So we cannot be in the losing end.
Mm-mm.
We will always be in the
Mm.
gaining end, Dina.
Yes,
That's all I have to say now.
yes, yes. Indeed, indeed. So, as a matter of fact, I plan to invite also a very good friend of mine who's an image consultant, who is also very, very interested. And I know that she has a public event inviting also young people to, I believe she entitled it Mindfulness
Mhm.
and Good Behavior or something like that,
Mhm.
inviting people, but not that many, about, she said only about 20. But it's a good start, and I'll invite her because I believe we can also, let her be part of our group because she is also into that, very, very deeply involved with that. So I'm sure she can be a good part of the group. So, Princess, now I know this is a Thursday, and so therefore I know tonight is your Mega White Toastmasters Club
Yes,
meeting, correct? Okay.
correct.
So why don't we schedule for the next meeting? And by the way, have you spoken with Beth about when she's going to do a speech?
Yes, I should
Yeah.
schedule that. We have really different platforms to be able to communicate. But
Yes.
allow me to just chime into what Joyce mentioned a while ago about really good Filipino traits that we can
Yeah.
be more aware of.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
I think
Joyce.
yeah,
Yes.
manners. If you look at it, it's really for everybody. We just have to realize that it's not the intricacies, but it's really what Joyce has mentioned.
Yes.
Filipinos are resilient. Filipinos are happy. We are
How about hardworking? Hardworking.
hardworking.
Yes.
Yes, hardworking. So these things, when we are becoming more aware of that, it also can be seen in the way we eat. Like um temperance, for example. If we're already full, then we uh consider other people. And that's also how we can teach it to the children. So we're very eager about our November 15 run because it's close to home. It's for the boys and children, for the young men.
Yes.
And
Yes.
yes, we have our Mega
Mm-mm.
White Toastmasters, which is also now an application of how we used to be as a young child, and now we are leaders in our own field. And to be able to understand that, becoming a leader is not only about technical competence, but it's also how you command respect in the room because of how you treat others. And
Oh,
Yeah.
the earlier that we
yes, yes,
learn
yes, yes,
that, the
yes,
earlier that we learn that at home, the more prepared we become for the challenges of the workforce. And we know
yes,
that in leadership, it's all
yes,
about relationship. And
indeed.
relationships is not necessarily easy. We have different personality types. But the more that we understand how we relate, how we bounce back, how we
Yeah.
respond, then we become a joy to work with. And I think that's That's the ultimate goal
Right.
of becoming a
I
great
like
leader.
the idea of focusing your event for boys because after all, they are, for me, they're really the ones that really greatly need this because girls are, shall we say, a little more obedient, shall we say, because boys will be boys and they do have, different ways of thinking than the girls. So indeed, boys need this so much more. Even in America today, they are discovering that the girls are getting developed way faster than the boys. And they don't have so many feelings of insecurity, but the boys are having doubts about themselves. So that is a good idea that this coming event in November will be dedicated to the boys. That is, yes, that is just the right, yes, that's the right direction. Yes. So, Joyce,
Yes.
um, all right. Can you mention again, because we want this to be in the video that we will post. By the way, my son Dino that you've met earlier, he will make it into reels, cut it up, because our young people really have very short attention time span. So we want to cut this into reels, and I want you to again, Joyce, can you make an official announcement, the date, the place, and the time of your please make your announcement.
There will be a seminar, I call it
Mhm.
seminar or presentation for boys, and it's entitled Manners Makes a Man in Club Filipino on in the Centennial Room, Club Filipino, Green Hills, on Saturday. I think it is Saturday, 15th of September. Sorry, November, from 2 to 5 p.m. for boys ages 9 to 15, I think, or 10 to 15, something like that.
Oh,
Yes,
all
but
right.
fathers are
Now, Joyce, yeah, this is good that we are announcing it way ahead of time. And we will use also, because of this, we have this to show everybody, and it will help us with social media promotion. We will
yes,
put it out there.
there is
And
a way. There's a charge of 1,200
yes,
because there is a merienda included and
yes. Now,
a room
that's, in other words, this will start at 2 p.m. up to 5, all right? So,
merienda.
Joyce, do you have a particular group of people that you already are thinking of sending this invitation to?
Yes, well, as Princess mentioned, Carrie, she's the one who will publicize it somewhere. I think she's making a poster, and we're also making an announcement in our parish church, Santuario de San Jose, because we're all parishioners, the four of us, active parishioners here, and we want the parents who come to the masses. But you see, the Centennial Rome is only for 50 people, 50.
Ah,
So in fact, we can have it another time, same venue, but same group. Because I'd like the group smaller, as there will be instructions like how to use the knife and fork,
yes,
how to sit, ladies, when you eat,
yes.
you take to the restaurant, or your mother
Mhm.
even, how to take your mother and sit her in in her chair in a restaurant, things like
Yes,
that. So
yeah.
because it's going to be
Wow.
participative, how do you call it?
Mhm.
Kerry has a word for that. I can't remember. Participative, meaning they active, actively participating in the lessons.
Indeed.
They cannot
And
just
thank you so much. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. Thank you so much, Joyce and Princess. Oh my gosh, you're an angel for bringing this up with me. And thank you. And now that Joyce has made the announcement, I just want to remind everybody that we really owe these two women a debt of gratitude for bringing this up, especially now when it is really needed, sorely, deeply needed
yes,
by
you're
the
right.
times. All right. Yes. So, um, As a reminder, thank you
Yes.
again,
May I
Princess.
also
Again,
express
and
how glad
as a reminder to
did
everybody, learning is a never-ending journey with limitless vistas